The Lunaverse, created by Rainbow Double Dash. Today's episode is Sam Jitters by Grass and Clouds 2, Chapter 1, which Ditzy tells Dinky a story.
Then the heroic knight bursted into the dungeon, and he rescued the beautiful princess.
Ditzy smiled warmly and spread her wings a bit.
Then he escaped the evil warlock's castle and returned to the castle, living happily ever after.
She brought her nuzzling close to her attentive listener.
The end.
Dinky kissed her on the nose.
Here's a really good story, Mama.
She declared.
When King Pond was winning the knight won the bicycling contest.
She giggled.
It was really fun. Maybe tomorrow I'll tell you about his adventure in the Land of Kings,
Said Ditzy. Dinky nodded and snuggled under the covers a bit more tightly.
But there's only going to see.
She concluded.
There's only 6 knights. You're one of them, but you isn't. Where's this other one come from? You could be more than 6 knights, Muffin. Anybody can be a knight to try. Yeah.
It was a pretty question for Ditzy, who had been knighted by Princess Luna a short while ago, and was still getting used to it.
Well, she began, knights are ponies who need help. No matter how scared they are or dangerous it seems, they fight as hard as they can for justice and goodness. Wherever you go, they solve problems, help those in need, and make the world a better place. You're the seal to the world.
Dinky nodded. She decided.
Thank you.
Ditzy kissed her daughter on the forehead.
Maybe someday Princess Luna will like you too. You as long as you keep holding your friends and doing the right thing.
Dinky giggled.
I only know that from you, Mama, she said. So I'm here the best teacher in the world.
Ditzy blushed.
I hope,
Dinky whispered.
when I grow up, I'm as scared of pony as you.
You already are. The two embraced for a long moment, before Dinky let out a long yawn. Ditzy smiled and released her.
Sweet dreams, my little muffin.
Murmured Dinky as her head sank back into her pillow. Her eyes switched shut a moment later. In a few seconds she was snoring gently. Feeling contented and completely at peace, Ditzy left Dinky's room and went to the stove. A nice cup of tea would be good before bed, she thought. She couldn't dally long. She was on duty early tomorrow, and so would need to get to bed soon. A few minutes spent sipping tea and looking at the stars through her window couldn't hurt. The tea brewed quickly, and Dizzy too soon found herself sitting in a comfortable chair, sipping a delightful rose and daffodil blend, watching as the stars twinkled in the sky. She wondered if Dinky would enjoy stargazing, and thought that maybe she could talk to Twilight about finding a good place to try it in the village. She could just see her little muffins scampering about, bouncing at the telescope in eagerness, getting all excited about when she saw a faint star.
It could be fun. We could get some hot chocolate from Bonbon Shop, have a nice picnic there, see if we could borrow Twilight's telescope.
She smiled to herself. Dinky was the best star that she could possibly hope for. It was always a delight showing her new things. For that matter, it was a delight to be around her, no matter what she did. Dinky was smart, kind, energetic, and wonderful in a million ways that Dizzy couldn't articulate. All she could say was that she loved her daughter deeply and fiercely. She would do anything for her. That's what their love was.
Although,
She murmured, as she felt during the last of her tea.
yeah, there's not much to do in that regard.
She smiled again as she thought of her muffin, snoozing and resting in preparation for another wonderful day.
I should go to bed.
She decided.
Tomorrow maybe I'll make you pancakes with some of Bonbon's extra concentrated maple syrup.
Some point began pounding on the door. Dizzy was frozen for a moment, until she realized where the noise was coming from. At the same time, that pounding might wake Dinky up. She set her teacup down and raced to the door.
What is it?
She called,
Is it an emergency?
"Yes!" Dizzy blinked. The voice belonged to Lily Vale, one of the fire vendors at Plainfield's Market. Lily was a good pony, quick with a joke and a friendly ear, but she could be somewhat excitable. She warned of emergencies often, but they tended to be along the lines of tangled manes, coffee sources, and a single caterpillar snoozing on her flower bed.
Lily, please let me in.
Lily sounded absolutely frantic. I absolutely need help, but I don't know who else to go to. Dizzy opened her door and blinked. Lily's coat and mane were mad with sweat, despite the day having been cool and breezy. She was sitting where she stood and looked absolutely terrified. I don't know what to do. Dizzy stumbled backwards.
Lily, what's wrong?
The flower mirror spoke into her words.
My sister Violet Huffington, she
Lily shook her head and let out a small sob, clutching Dizzy even more closely.
was fooling around with a stallion. Now she's pregnant.
When she told he said didn't want anything to do with her and threw her out. She doesn't have anywhere to go, doesn't know what to do, and I don't know how to help her, and Dizzy said, gently struck Lily's mane.
I'll help you. Don't worry.
Are you sure?
Lily looked around. I know it's late and don't worry about it, but
Dizzy smiled. She was a knight and a bearer of the element of kindness, and perhaps most importantly, she was a mother with a daughter who had once been in the same situation as Violet. Of course she wouldn't help. It was who she was.
Lily, please, don't worry. I'll help you any way I can.
Lily threw her forelegs around Dizzy.
Thank you. Just let's try to keep it down, said Dizzy. The little muff is sleeping in.
Oh, of course. Lily smiled as she released Dizzy. That's why I came. I mean, you're also a single mother, but it's obvious how much you love thinking. You're really good at mothering in. Dizzy blushed.
Thank you. She said, I love my daughter more than anything. I know how precious falls are, and if I can help you with Violet with anything, I want to try.
Lily embraced Dizzy again. You're wonderful, she said.
When did you start in the beginning? What happened?
Well, it was about 6 months ago. My little pony, ah, my little pony.
I should never meant that must see me.
My little pony.
But you're all here now, I can see. Stormy weather,
A Nastasia, a musical bond
with loving gear, teaching laughter. It's an easy feat. Magic makes it all complete. You have my little ponies. How did I meet so many true friends?
You're watching My Little Pony Lunaverse, only on the Hub. Created by Hasbro, presented by Dr. Pepper.
Mama, Mama.
Dizzy groaned as she turned over in her bed.
Few more minutes.
She murmured, burrowing her head deeper into her pillow. She had a snack 2 nights ago in bed, and now the pillow smelled faintly of banana nut muffin. The scent seemed to run around her muzzle and tied to her bed more tightly than any rope.
Just a few more minutes.
But Mama, look! Dizzy's eyes flickered open. She let out a small groan as the sunlight poked her eyes. She remembered dimly, seemed up most of the night listening to Lily. What the mare had needed more than anything was a sympathetic ear, which Dizzy had been happy to provide. It worked, too, and Lily had left much calmer and with some good advice for helping Violet through this crisis. Dizzy herself had gone to bed immediately after Lily had exited, but that had been more than an hour ago. Now it felt like her whole body was pounding.
Mama,
Dinky nestled her.
I need some.
Dizzy forced her eyes open wide enough to settle on Dinky's smiling face. In front of her, the fold was a little tray, and on that tray was a big bowl of cereal, a glass of orange juice, some sliced strawberries raised a little high.
I need breakfast.
Her daughter chirped. Dizzy's mind was held captive by the fluffy, muffin-scented pillows.
Why?
Her mouth asked.
Because you make me tired, and I want to have you sleep in a few more minutes,
Said Dinky. She bounced around.
I want extra sugar and strawberries.
Dizzy smiled weakly. Her head still fuzzy, but she could tell what was going on.
You're lovely, dear. Thank you very much.
Dinky beamed. Dizzy managed to get into the same position and looked at her clock. She had 15 minutes before her shift started. She had overslept, but it wouldn't matter. She had enough time. Just enough time, provided she hurried. She began to eat from her cereal bowl, stifling a loud yawn as she did so.
What? With your strawberries, nothing. You had to go to school. I think so,
Said Dinky.
I need your brains too.
She paused.
You were tired. I can tell someone's scraping taking me off.
No. Dizzy shook her head.
Neither rain nor snow nor the rest of it will stop a mailman for her rounds.
She ran to smile.
I'll be all right, dear. But thank you for your concern.
Dizzy nodded, snuggling there loudly on.
I'll be fine. Have fun at school.
Dinky hesitated for a moment, then said,
Oh, by the way, there's the falls and playing football at the school and still can I go with them?
a thought flashed through Dizzy's mind.
You want to go shopping for some toys today?
She asked Dinky. Dinky had been asking her if she could get a deck of cards and a few other trinkets so she could start doing sleight of hoof tricks.
It's okay. It's a better thing, but I really like playing with my fancy.
Dizzy realized Tiki was going to give her mother a chance to nap. Otherwise, that would be a tiring day.
That sounds fine, dear. I'm making it up to you. We'll go to Huntington tomorrow or something. There's a king will leave you back.
Tiki told her where she'd be, and it would be over as Dizzy hurriedly consumed the rest of her meal. Once the mealmare had gobbled it up, she got to her host.
All right, dear, she said. I'll pick you up, okay?
Okay. Tiki sprang off her bed.
Oh, I'm going to leave school. I need to run. Bye, Mama. Bye.
Once Tiki had left, Dizzy amassed a very quick shower. He had her uniform and grabbed her empty saddlebags.
All right, she said, yawning again. This will be bad. I went to a little sleep before.
She shook her head quickly.
I can do this. I'm a pro. She smiled. When I'm done, I can come back and stay for a bit before Dinky comes back.
This plan firmly fixed in her mind. She opened her apartment door and went out into the world. Scoo looked up from her game of marbles.
Hey, Dinky, she called. What's up? Dinky tried over. No, it was fun. This room.
Scoo looked worse, and her twist grinned.
I am, she proclaimed. I'm the marble champion.
Dinky saw the big pile of marbles by the airplane full.
She said.
Twist eagerly nodded. Scoo looked frowned.
Well, proclaimed the Pegasus, I'm still faster.
She fluttered her wings.
Want to play where? Dinky said. But I saw you're playing football earlier today. We get enough ponies for teams, says Gulu. Right now it's just me, Sweet Belle, and Pipsqueak. We need one more pony. I'm telling, said Dinky, smiling brightly. I love football. Great, Skulu grinned. All right, you'll be with Pip, but get ready. Sweet and I will trash you.
She flared her wings as she spoke. Her right wing clipped her skirt and sent it spinning into a circle. Rolled a bit and rocked to a cat's eye and stopped. Twist grinned, using her nose to flick her shooter into the center of the marbles. Both shooters, the cat's eye and the big swirly, rolled out a circle. The airplane grinned.
Yes!
Skulu blessed.
Well, I want a rematch.
Dinky grinned and settled to watch her friends begin putting more marbles into the circle.
Mama, I'll try to use some flowers in the hoop of you.
Skulu's next shot bounced Dinky's muzzle. She giggled.
I'm a marble.
Are you sure? asked Snails, trying up. Maybe you're a big furry marble of legs. You just don't know it. I find it odd when I'm doing my snail's voice. I'm doing Inuyasha. This is weird.
What if we were all marbles that don't know it?
Added Snips, scurrying after his long-legged friend.
Skulu blinked. If we're marbles, then I'm the really fast, smooth shooter.
Nuh-uh, said Snails. I'm the shooter.
I want to be a cat's eye, said Twist. They're pretty.
Soon the folks were running out to ask Miss Shirley if they were marbles, and if so, what kind they were. Dinky smiled as she tried along.
Mama, she thought. You want to go shopping with me? I'm going to have a great time. This is focus a King Bear.
And so, Dinky trotted after her friends, full of cheer.
Hey, Kitty, are you okay?
Dizzy blinked. She realized she had been staring at the mailbox for several moments, waiting patiently for it to reach out and take her letters. But she realized that mailboxes don't work like that. But Sparkles accepted.
Oh, I'm fine, she said, hoofing the mail over. Here you go, Trixie. The great and powerful Trixie. Thank you,
said Trixie in a grave tone. She began to shuffle through them with her telekinesis.
Let's see. Junk, Bill, junk. Ooh, another fan letter.
She opened and began to read.
Dear Dame Trixie, hello, my name is Sparky Spells. Last week, my teacher told our class all about how you saved the world and did all kinds of awesome things. When I grow up, I want to be just like you. If you have any advice or tips on being as splendiferous,
she blinked and tried to continue.
Means. I'd love it if you told me. And if you're ever in Manhattan, I'll bake you some cookies. Good luck. Know you'll kick on its flanks, Sparky. She grinned. It's good to have friends.
Dizzy was silent for a few moments while the words worked through her head.
Yeah, she said. Good for you. I got falls like you. She blinked a few more times. You not going now? No, not today. Trixie paused. Are you okay, Dizzy? You're not looking so good. She cracked a smile. You look more exhausted than cheerily under that big scarlet sense of you.
Dizzy nodded slowly. A few weeks ago, it leaked that some organization had asked elementary schools all over Equestria to submit the names of their top 2 or 3 students for consideration for some major award or scholarship. Tilly had immediately been badgered by parents who wanted to know if their foals were on the list. She refused to tell anybody which students she had chosen, insisting that the names were confidential. But a few days of pestering, she had completely run down and aggravated.
Yeah, but I don't look that bad.
She thought. Aloud, the male parrot just said,
Yeah, I was up later than usual.
she held back a big yawn. Her shift was half complete, and she was still on time despite her exhaustion.
You don't need to worry about me.
Trixie looked hesitant.
I'm thinking Applejack, Heavy Roller, and Twilight might disagree about not needing sleep. I'm not going to get in a fight with Barry Punch or bring an nurse into town or lose control or. Did he frown? What did Heavy Roller do? Remember when Screw tried to mail herself to the Curving Kingdoms to fight some evil warlord? Oh, right.
Dizzy remembered Silver's grip assisting. He opened a mysteriously giggled package. It seeing Sculu's smiling head, and a cardboard sword at his side, popped out of the box.
That was things that happened when Roller was really tired after spending 36 days on a wrestler. I appreciate your concern. If this gets really bad, I can take some time off. Promised Tootsie. Don't worry. I'm not going to hurt myself, but I don't think I'm at that point yet. I can't cancel a solar script just because I'm yelling at it. Just like you wouldn't want to leave Pokey to do the shop alone without prior notice unless you were really sick. So promised. Okay, maybe your bad example. Hey! The great and powerful Trixie! Sense your insinuation. But Trixie grinned. You will take time off. Then at least let me watch Stinky after school today so you can get some sleep. She's already going to be my friends, but thank you for your offer.
Dizzy bowed her head a little.
I'll definitely keep that in mind in the future. No problem.
Trixie began going back inside.
Have a good day, Ditsy. Have a good day, Trixie.
And with that, Dizzy continued on her way.
A few more steps, then my cozy little muffin scented bed.
She smiled and then went on.
And now, the first Ponyville football challenge begins, Schooler yelled. The white team is officially the most awesome group of falls in all Ponyville.
The field just outside of town, some distance past Sleop Lakers, wasn't really a hoofball field. It was just a rectangular patch of grass that was about regulation length and had 2 crude goals set up on the other end. But to the 4 folks who had gathered there, might as well have been the National Stadium in Carolina, and, away from school, it was talking about the upcoming game, and might as well have been the Continental Championships.
Phew, says Lee. What about the losing team? They're the second most awesome, but don't worry, Scooter agreed. We'll win. Cheered Pinky. You're screaming on your green football.
Biscuit grinned. He was a newcomer to town, only had just arrived from Tringham a few weeks prior.
We'll kick off flags from here too. Trevor, think you help me out? How far away? Can you go?
Yeah, that's too close. Chuck Pitt.
Something here?
The agriculture city was a few hours from Bunnyville by train.
Nope. Still again?
That was one of the most northern cities in Equestria, a city of ice and steel surrounded by the frozen russet steppe.
That far enough?
Oh, nope. Big rat your mind.
So, Arabia?
She said at last. Biscuit nodded. Yes, from here to Saudi Arabia.
Oh, yeah? We'll see you. See and I'll fight you here to the moon, cheered Skulu. Let's go.
She kicked the ball, and the game was a hoof. Soon all the foals were deeply involved, focused on the ball, and on their teammates on the score. Nelson noticed the clouds that the weather team was placing overhead. It was a distant rumbling that woke Ditsy. She yawned as she got to her hose. She had been tired. A mail route that day had taken her from Sleep Acres on one side of town to Fluttershy's cottage on another. There had been several hours of walking and flying. That wasn't even including all her detours. A 30-minute delay at City Hall, a heart-biting at Fluttershy Roser helping her tend to, way back from Fluttershy's house to her own home, helping her packing snails, Coax's favorite bug out of a tree.
How did you escape?
Dizzy had asked as she floated out to the unusually large field, trying not to scare it. Silzip blushed. I was eating a chocolate bar when Sniff said it wasn't fair to bugs that we ponies get to eat all kinds of awesome things, and they don't. So I got another bar and let them play with it. But then I realized I'd forgotten my laundry downstairs. By the time I came back, the bug was already way up there.
That was very.
Dizzy's hesitation was evident, not just due to her sleepiness.
Okay, you. What kind of bug is it anyway?
Oh, he's a baby Goliath beetle. He's my favorite. Dizzy blinked and didn't know what to say. Once the bug had been safely returned to its jar, she had politely excused herself and hurried home. It had been a long day, but it hadn't ended. Dizzy had flown home and settled to her bed for a nice long nap. Dinky, she was certain, would be able to handle herself and her friends for a while.
My daughter's so good to me.
It had been her final thought before sleep had taken her. Now she felt a little more rested and refreshed. She could get through the evening, and the next day was the weekend as well as her day off. She could sleep in, make Dinky a big brunch, then take her toy shopping. Actually, now she was a knight, she'd be able to get a first-class train ticket to any other city at coach price, as long as, while she was there, she rendered any assistance to a equestrian citizen in need. She could take some time to visit Violet and Huffington, give her advice, a sympathetic ear, make her lunch, then even show her Dinky to help her see that there was a light at the end of the tunnel. Then she and Dinky could spend the rest of their time in the city. They could shop, see a play, or look at some of the great monuments. On the way back, they could stop at a little hamlet of Wheatley, a small village that was known for having fantastic restaurants with some of the best Folks menus in the region. They returned after dark, look at the stars on the way back, and the late night hot chocolate snack. There was another rumble. Dizzy frowned and rolled over, one eye looking at the clock. She had blinked in shock. That time was 15 minutes past 7, which was long after she had planned to wake up. Had she not said it? She might have just fallen asleep without ever touching it, but that meant
Was Dinky coming home again?
Dizzy usually had perfect memory, but that entire morning seemed to cover in a hazy fog. Millamere climbed out of bed and tried to the window.
It's okay. Dinky's playing nonsense. Sure, I'll just go there and.
She looked out the window aghast. The sky was covered in black storm clouds. They were thick, dark, looked almost angry, and feared the rumbling, honestly.
There's a start line for today?
Dizzy whispered. There was another rumble. Dizzy thought she heard Dash yell, "Clear!" There was a huge crash. Rain began to pour down on Ponyville. Dizzy stared in shock for several moments before she realized what this meant.
Dinky!
I'm so glad to be able to read a softer story like this after the long one.